Also, I think it's the type of men she's going after.
Exactly.
I think she has a type, so to say.
She relegated herself to those types of men because when she came into the industry, she was known for being a video girl and pass around. And what credible like nigga is gonna take her serious ever?
Somebody completely out of the country who don't know who she is.
I mean, but at the same time, you said Corinne is married with kids, and
so at some point, I was about to say that. So do you think that
look who she's married? I said, what credible and respectable man? No one knows who that man is, but we do know that he's not credible nor respectful because she's admitted that she tells him, hey, if Lil Wayne calls me, if this person calls me, I'm going to get up and I'm going to leave and I'm going to be gone for 3 or 4 days.
Oh, she said that? She said to her husband?
She said that she told him that, and then when she came home, he had a bath waiting for her.
But that also goes to say that we have finite amount of time of things to focus on. And then if we do have time to look for mates or be in those circles, we have to be very selective about the environments that we go in and what we're focused on getting. So I want to actually have this conversation with you because I have 2 daughters, right? And my kids are in Gen Alpha. And for Gen Alpha, 2/3 of the jobs that exist right now will not exist when they are of age. So it's a very uncertain future for them.
Yeah.
And we live in increasingly uncertain times right now. And I have a big gripe with hypergamy. You know, the idea of telling my daughters that looking for a financially stable partner is the best bet, even in spite of the fact that we live in economic uncertain times. So I'm just curious from your vantage point on that, because there is so much talk about that online. And like I said, everything you described, in some people's cases, sounds like a fantasy. Like getting presented with a $150,000 necklace on day one, like that's a fantasy. Do you feel a sense of disillusionment from it? Or what would you say in response to people who look at that and say, oh, I aspire to that?
To getting the $150,000 necklace?
Well, everything that goes with it, to be putting yourself in the places where that's even possible.
It's just not real. It would be too difficult to maintain. It would be a headache to maintain. It would be constant anxiety, and I don't want it. I did it. I don't want it. Never want that for myself anymore. So that would be the last thing that I advised a young girl to do, to look at, look at men of means being, your saving grace or your safety net. Girls are thriving. Women are thriving. We're outpacing men in every aspect of life right now. By the way, I saw their pictures. They are stunning. You must be so proud.
Thank you. I am. I really, really am. And I am hopeful for them. And I am hopeful for them to have an intimate life that is fulfilling. And I also acknowledge that it comes in all forms. And don't get me wrong, I've spoken to women before who have a partner who has lots of means, and it contributes, may not be the only reason, but it definitely contributes to their feeling of appreciation to be in the relationship, love for the relationship.
And don't let me say that being like all rich men are pieces of shit. That is definitely not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
However, I've dated enough of them that there is a consistency. I call it rich man syndrome. You know what rich man syndrome looks like?
What?
Somebody got to get that. That's just their attitude. Somebody is always going to fall. Like they walk with a weight in front of them, and whatever happens behind them, they've got people just scrambling, picking things up and whatever else. And also the fact that they have the money also is they walk with the attitude and the bravado that they are the breadwinner. And they're the ones that are affording you this luxurious life.
I'm going to stop it there, man. She had a lot of conversation about dating a man with means. What do you guys thoughts about it? What came to mind?
She's not necessarily a woman that walks with substance to start there. Her background is just null and void to start. She's burnt out. I mean, she's ran through how many persons as far as dating. Once you start to get to a certain portion of, when you start to get to a certain portion of when you're dating so much or so many people, you're burnt out. So yeah, you're not going to be appeased by what's being offered to you any longer versus somebody that's more average would be elated to receive that type of gift, and to tell someone like, oh, well, you shouldn't date for money, or you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. But you've done all those things. I can understand that you're coming from your perspective and points of impact, your perspective, but you're burnt out. I don't, not for nothing, men with means, I feel like it's essentially like a dating app. They got so many to choose from. So you're just kind of swiping until you find your match. And she wasn't really nobody's match. She thought she was.
Because I've dated a man with means, and he was not a piece of shit. as she was trying to refer to.
Yeah.
He was actually very sweet, very nice, very caring, very much a provider. Like, I could say I broke my nail and he's gonna try to find a way to make sure I get my nail fixed. So I think it's really just her experience being her.
Exactly.
I think it's
That
mostly
doesn't
the
make it
type.
any better.
Yeah, I think it's the type of people you date, and I think there has to be acknowledgement that if you're dating someone rich, famous, and in the entertainment industry, which I believe a majority of the people she's probably talking about are there. I know people in the entertainment industry, and it's fame does some crazy things to people, and so I just think that her opinion on a man of means, she needs to be more specific to say, hey, I date these entertainers, and a majority of them weren't it, which we've all heard stories and we are seeing in files and stuff that things go to people's head, and money can turn people, not just money but also fame and money, the combination can turn people into some ugly things. And so I think she could have went a different way with who she was dating, but she did.
Because anybody could be, any man can have his means, but if you don't have no discipline, no character, no personality, things that come with it. And like she said, just to piggyback off of her, if you're into the entertainment world, you already got the light on you versus a rich man who's may not be in the entertainment world, may have more morals, more grounds. So you're in the entertainment, you ran through entertainment, and you got exactly what you put in.
Who do y'all think did better with that lifestyle, Kareem Steffens or Melyssa Ford?
Kareem Steffens was married with children.
I don't know who that is. Sorry.
Superhead.
Yeah. Corinne Steffens, I would say too, because she's married now.
Superhead. That's who Kareem Steffens is.
Gotcha.
Mm.
You
That's
said she's
crazy.
married with children.
Yeah, and she's got a video talking. She told her husband that,
And Melyssa Ford is still out here giving interviews about how men suck.
yeah.
But once again, like the title, it was her choice. You chose to keep dealing with those type of men. You made that decision. You didn't set no boundaries and no standards to say this, that, and the third. And you chose to go into a lifestyle that you started off with. You made these decisions now that you have this type of outcome, all men ain't ish. That's a lie. That's a lie.
Made your bed, you gotta lay in it.
All man. The reason why she says all men ain't shit is because nobody has chosen her, and she's almost fucking 50.
Facts.
Also, I think it's the type of men she's going after.
Exactly.
I think she has a type. So to say.
She relegated herself to those types of men because when she came into the industry,
I was going to say that.
Right.
she was known for being a video girl and pass around. And what credible nigga is going to take her serious ever?
Somebody completely out of the country who don't know who she is.
I mean, but at the same time, you said Corinne is married with kids, and
so at some point, I was about to say that. So do you think that?
Look who she's married? I said, what credible and respectable man? No one knows who that man is, but we do know that he's not credible nor respectful because she's admitted that she tells him, hey, if Lil Wayne calls me, if this person calls me, I'm going to get up and I'm going to leave and I'm going to be gone for 3 or 4 days.
Oh, she said that?
She
said to her husband?
She said that she told him that, and then when she came home, he had a bath waiting for her. So
oh wow.
There's always, for every sucker, there's somebody waiting to lick it. Like that's
he put the vinegar in the bathtub. He said we need to tighten that thing back up.
I know a lot of niggas who know Superhead, like who know what her past is and how many miles of penis she's ingested, and would still at least fuck with her because of her
who she is,
abnormal skill set.
Oh yeah, she had an abnormal skill set.
That shit should have been studied.
Do anybody else see her looking like when she was talking? I couldn't get Kamala Harris out of my head because from that view it looked like you have to Kamala Harris
not Kamala.
Yo, she looked. I was like, oh damn, that's what I was thinking about. But what she was saying was not. Yeah, like couldn't get that. I was like, wow, yo, we can't get rid of this lady.
She's trying to be taken seriously. She's trying to, she came with her little business.
She had to put the business suit on.
Yeah,
like the Mr. Hightower suit. She came on and wanted the people to take her serious because if you ask people in the past 5 years what they know Melyssa Ford for, they're gonna say the Joe Budden show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But before that, I did have that King magazine spread. Like
we all had it because that lineup was tough. It had her, it had Cubana Lust, it had
Baxter or whatever.
What's
you
the
know them by names.
He definitely
did. Was at ATL to play Big Booty Judy. She was in Dubai and getting shit on.
Oh, Buffy the Body.
Buffy the Body. Like that lineup, bro. You can't. Everybody had that one King magazine spread. Now, which pages you had torn out was based on your taste, but we all had it. I think every man in this chat has had this before.
Wow.
Do you think if she would have met most men and tried to settle down in her 20s, they would have just went for it, even though she was still a video vixen? Or was video vixen a death sentence relationship-wise for her? Well, it's not, because Superhead got married.
Well, that's the thing. So it's not about just getting married, right? The cool thing is any man can get married if he wants to. He just has to choose someone who, that's whatever, right? Mm-hmm. It's about marrying somebody. It's about marrying a man that other men respect. Like when you walk in, like when your husband walks into a room, the nigga be like, "Oh yeah, we seen that nigga to the store." Like it's not like he was. You're saying he's not a man of clout, name, or resources. He's just a man because by his biology. But no one respects him. Like no one admires him. No one lives him. Like he can't lead anybody. So that's just the man that you have to choose because he's the one willing to accept you. So her getting married isn't the flex. If she had got married to a nigga who was worth something, then we probably would have had a different conversation. Mm-hmm. But Melyssa Ford never had that opportunity because she came into the game hot. One who was young and hot then. Her best strategy would have been to get an older nigga when she was young. Like, because before y'all give Eve a hard time. You see what she went and did. She changed her whole.
Eve went and married her a billionaire, baby.
Like she changed her whole image. You ain't seen Eve pick up a microphone since she started dating Brody. Like
she got up out of Dodge.